Alright folks, we have a lot to discuss because Chris Brown was arrested in the UK earlier today, but it was confirmed 2 hours ago that he has now been charged. Hello everyone, please subscribe to the channel for daily and regular content. Let's start with this video. Chris Brown was arrested earlier today. He landed in the UK on his private plane, traveled to Manchester, and the police were notified by someone who works for The Sun, who essentially sent them a letter stating that Chris Brown had reached the country. Now, if he had returned to the UK in any capacity, would have eventually been brought to the attention of the police. Keep in mind that Chris Brown is taken quite seriously in the UK. They banned him for 10 years following the Rihanna DV incident. He was detained for a specific event at a London club called Tape when he hurled a bottle at someone's face, rendering them essentially immobile and necessitating their visit to accident and emergency rooms to be, treated and resolved by the physicians. It has now been revealed that he has been accused of causing serious physical harm, which we refer to as GBH. According to the Force, the charges related to a purported attack that happened in a nightclub. The 36-year-old was taken into custody in a Manchester hotel early on Thursday. He is still being held in jail and is scheduled to appear in Manchester court on Friday. If he were appearing in a London court, I would be there tomorrow, but he is appearing in a Manchester court. According to Adele Kelly, the Deputy Chief Crown Prosecutor for the CPS, we have given the Metropolitan Police permission to charge Chris Brown with 1 count of grievous bodily harm in violation of Section 18 of the Offences Against the Person, Act of 1861. She further stated, "Criminal proceedings against this defendant are officially active, and Chris Brown has a right to a fair trial." According to The Sun, the R&B singer arrived in Manchester on Wednesday afternoon. He is presently on tour and will perform at multiple locations in the United Kingdom in June and July. He can bid those performances farewell, but given that he is now on trial, I don't see how he will be performing in any of them. It's noteworthy that this man told Tory he was free just 24 hours ago, but he's currently in jail and still formally charged with GBH. It is absurd what this man, Chris Brown, has done. He believes he can get away with it, most likely due to his status or something, but it is incredibly grotesque for you to do that to someone. You can be sure that people will make an example of you, and that is exactly what is happening here. It is absurd that this individual is still in detention and has now been charged, as well as the fact that he is most certainly going to go to trial because criminal procedures are ongoing. Chris Brown will have to stand trial. He will appear in court tomorrow. I'm not sure when, but I don't think we'll have court sketches like we had with the Diddy trial. Of course, I'll be keeping up with this discussion regarding Chris Brown. Who would have imagined that this man, who performs in July and July, is essentially incarcerated? Can I even say that his sold-out shows in June and July won't be performed? That implies that the advance he must have received to perform at these shows will result in a loss for someone. In this cycle of the agreements he made, so everything is a loss. Are there no photos of him being arrested that you are aware of? He is currently incarcerated, although none of that has been revealed as of yet. Regarding P. Diddy, Justin Bieber is now at last speaking out. He has released a statement through his representatives that I find rather intriguing. He maintains that the artist did not target him. Some people were actually hurt by Sean Combs, even though Justin is not one of his victims. A spokeswoman told TMZ that averting attention from this fact diminishes the justice that these victims so richly deserve. Additionally, sources told TMZ on Thursday that Justin was never mistreated in any manner by the coming home rapper. The insider claimed that the exchanges between Diddy and Justin in the videos were mostly staged and clarified that Bieber was closer to the rapper's sons than to Sean. A source told the Daily Mail about Justin's reaction and how he was essentially concerned and worried about what he was going through shortly after Combs was arrested on racketeering allegations. Justin's team has since come out to declare that I'm not a victim, so please stop involving me in this basket just because some footage of Diddy and me together appears to be really awkward. This might now be conceivable. This might be accurate. If Justin Bieber is saying this himself, who am I not to believe him? I don't think talking about Justin and Diddy means that we're diminishing victims. I think we can focus on both at the same time. However, I firmly believe that Bieber was groomed because he seemed to have spent his entire life around dangerous people, Diddy included, as well as many other older artists and executives. And he was very young. You know, the age gap is very evident, so that's a lot of grooming because Bieber shouldn't have been in certain situations. He's telling himself then that I'm not a victim. For those who are constantly claiming that Bieber will testify, that man will never testify in this trial because he did not touch me. A. He's too well known. B. His high profile indicates that his people won't allow him to do it and that he won't do it himself. I don't see Bieber ever being subpoenaed and then testifying. Therefore, that's never going to happen. He's officially broken his silence, but it won't aid the prosecution's case at all, so they definitely wouldn't want him. A report about Diddy, essentially dry-humping a Kardashian, is now making the rounds. I went to the Met Gala and I went 2 years ago, Megyn Kelly explains, reciting an alleged event. I remember Diddy in the restroom, cozying up in the woman's restroom, which is why I was there. He hummed a Kardashian dry. Several Kardashians were present, along with other drab supermodels who weren't the drab influencers we grew up with. She claims that everyone was inside, smoking, and nobody was using the restroom. Additionally, this Kardashian was humping pee dry. This is shocking because Megyn Kelly revealed Diddy on her podcast. Diddy asserts, who would he be dry humping, I wonder? One of the younger Kendall Jenners, I suppose. Since Diddy is known to have a positive relationship with Khloe, I would guess that he was doing something with either Kylie or Kendall. She attended a lot of the events, but this is obviously related to the photo of Kim Kendall and Kylie, where I get the impression that Diddy was giving it his all. I believe that something was essentially going on with either Kylie or Kendall, not Kim. Yes, quite a bit. As she testifies about the 2016 heist, Kim Kardashian is currently in Paris herself. It is clear that she flew to Paris to essentially tell the criminals that they will not be able to meddle with me. Since this happened, to me, I'm obviously one of the star witnesses. She is scheduled to testify, and I believe she was in court today and will be for the remainder of the week. She is presently being photographed as she visits restaurants in Paris with her mother, Kris Jenner. The Diddy trial is one of the many things that are happening, guys. Dawn Richards is one of them. You know, tomorrow I will be going live when those court transcripts start to be released. When the court hearing starts, I will be there, obviously watching it live, and we're going to get into that because of Dawn Richards. However, I just wanted to touch on the Chris Brown stuff because he will now be facing his own trial. Since criminal charges are formally pending, the individual is clearly guilty. Otherwise, they would not be bringing charges against him. CPS Crown Prosecution Service examines each case separately, and charging someone is a really serious thing for them to do. Please subscribe to the channel and share your comments about this video with me, guys. Leave a comment below. Please give this video a thumbs up. I'd be grateful. If you would like to, please send a tip. They have a significant impact. There is a lot going on. Attempting to maintain focus in all videos that are under 10 minutes. Press that button to sign up. It literally only takes one click to click the notifications bell to let you know when I go live, because I am now going live every single day, and I definitely intend to be in New York as well. However, at this time, it is too early for me to be there. I would much rather be there closer to the trial's conclusion when we are approaching the verdict, and I believe that there is a lot of anticipation around this time. Guys, keep in mind that this trial will last for 2 months, ending around the middle of July. We're going to be here for a very long ride because this started around the middle of May and will end around the middle of July if there are no delays. There are other witnesses and testimony. Keep in mind that we have just finished speaking with Cassie, who is witness number 1. Thus, there are a lot of witness victims, or whatever you want to call them. This is only the beginning. We haven't even discussed the RICO discussions or the trafficking-related topics. Currently, the focus is primarily on Diddy, opiates, narcotics, and other DV-related issues, but we will undoubtedly be delving further into that and being here for a very long time. Everyone needs to settle down. Please subscribe and I'll see you all in a future video.